In previous session, I explained about the what is data science, why it needs, where it will be applicable, in which domain, everything. So today we'll start with statistics. Statistics means statistics is a telescope that allows us to study the large intelligence. For example, yesterday I explained about the data analytics. We have the large data, but we won't examine every time manually through that data. To analyzing that data analytics will we are using, for example, some by grouping some columns, we will get more informative insights from that data. That is what statistics deals. So which it will get the more desired information which is useful to reach the business goal. That type of information extracts from the large amount of data. That is the main motto of the statistic. In first we want to build any AI model or machine learning model. First we need to gather data. Then after we need to understand data, what it says, which type of information does it have. So if the data have the good information, then only we are able to build good models. That's what actually, for example, in Monday session, I explained about this 7R migration rules. Let's take the same example. In 7R migration rules, we need to predict rehost, retire, or retain, replatform, everything. But if we want to predict that one, first we need the input, which are the useful parameters to predict that one. For example, let's say to rehost, we need to know about the, it doesn't require any dependencies and more code change everything. But it is the just rehost. If we want to change only OS, then if that condition will satisfy, will suggest it this application goes to the rehost, like that. Just if we have that parameters, then only we are able to suggest that one. The parameters, the gathering data, that is the more important. And second thing is to understand the data, what it have. For example, if we have the one data set with 100 features and 1 lakh records, out of the 100 features, nearly for example, let's assume 20 or 30 are the unique IDs. For example, employment ID or application ID, server ID. These IDs are unique for the 1 lakh records. For the each and every employee, that those are the unique. So that type of data is not useful to build a model. So we need to select which data is useful to build a model. If we are able to understand data, like, then only we are able to build models with expected output. That's the secondary part. It is very important. Then after data analysis, let's take, we have the 100 tables. By correlating everything, we selected some variables are useful. But out of these variables, which are high priority variables to predict the expected output? That one also very important. That is the data analysis. Final one is the data presentation. After data is available as expected, so we need to present our data to build a model. For example, let's take if we have the 20 features. Out of 20 features, we need to compare each feature with output. Then if, for example, if our data presented like each independent variable to the dependent variable, then we will get out of the 20 features, which one have the high information about the output. So data present. So don't worry, just here I am explaining about the define. We'll say how to gather data, how to understand each one. We have the separate session for the each one. These are the 4 main concepts in the statistics. By using these statistics, actually to gathering the data, it's not useful actually, but to understand the data, to analyze the data, these statistics concept will be useful. Coming to the data points, data, okay, but how do we gather data? Is the two, we will get data different ways. We'll mostly consider is the two words by defining census and survey. Census means, for example, every 5 years, government will conduct the election. in that election, for example, to elect the PM or CM, anyone, for example, let's consider our state. If we want to elect CM, we need to get who are eligible. All the people who are eligible to vote, we need to vote each and every. They won't take sample. For example, if in our village we have the 100 members who are eligible for the two, so they will know, they will take the information from the each and everyone by polling the vote. So they won't take randomly 10 members or 20 members. If 10 members says yes, we are supporting to this part, they won't include this information to the entire 100 members. They will ask each and everyone. So each and everyone who are eligible, we need to vote at that day. That is the census. So they won't take any chance to miss the information. They will collect data from the each and every person or each and every, what are the available ways. They will ask, they will search for the all available ways. For example, our elections, 10 years census, everything. Coming to the survey, here we won't ask each and everyone. For example, if we have the, for example, survey, political survey only example, some people will do survey. They will go to one village. They will ask the main people, 50 members, to whom you will support for this party or that party. Based on those 50 members information, they will conclude there is a chance to win this party in this village. So here they won't ask the opinion of the each and everyone. Just they have selected only 50 members in that. It comes on the survey. So based on these 50 members, we called it as the sample. The entire population is the population. The entire members who are available in that village, we call it as the population. The sample to whom these people selected, we call that is the sample data. So by using this sample data, we will conclude maybe there is a chance to win this party in this particular village. Don't go politically, just this is the concept everyone can easily understand. That's why I'm saying that way. That is the difference between the census and the survey. See, data gathering, there are the different types. One is the convenience sampling. Convenience sampling, based on our convenience, will for example, if we want to buy some house, what we do? For example, we know that some people who have the good knowledge about the houses, we'll ask them while going, whenever we went to the train or bus, anyone. If some people who are related to that place, if introduce, we'll ask what is the problems there in that place. We are planning to buy something there. Is it okay? Is it like based on our convenience? We'll gather some information. That type of gathering is the convenience sampling. For example, asking your best friend first. If we want to take any course, for example, if you people want to data science, what you do? The people who are in IT technology, you will ask those people, hey guy, I want to learn about the data science. How is it? Is this science, is this technology have the future? If I have taken this course, is it useful to me? You will ask your friends based on your convenience who are available to. So that type of data gathering is the convenience sampling. Another type is the random sampling. For example, if we have the 100 members, so each one have the same chance to get to ask the information, but we select randomly some people. That's what I'm saying in previous example. If we have the 1,000 members in a village, we'll randomly select some people, 50 people. We'll ask to whom you will support, like that. That is the random sampling. So here, for example, the total 100 people, each and everyone get the same chance. Okay, but we'll select some random people as a sample data to conclude about the total population opinion. This is the other type, data gathering. This is the systematic random sampling. For example, the people, supermarket people, they released some new product to the market. What will they do? A lot of people will enter into the supermarket, but they won't take entire people. If they ask each and everyone, it will inconvenience for the customers who enter into the supermarket. That's why what they did, they ask randomly. For example, if they ask the feedback about the first people, then after they won't ask 2 to 3 people. Then after they will ask another people. For example, let's take here. They ask the second one. Then after they leave the start fourth. They ask their opinion about the fifth person. Then after sixth, seventh, they did not ask, and then after they ask to the eighth person. So they will systematically they will take random sampling but systematically. Here they won't take any systematically, just they have select randomly some people. Here they will select randomly but it will be systematical. For example, what I said, in supermarket, choose every 10th or 15th and or 20th customer enter into the supermarket to conduct the survey about their new product what they released into the market. This is the systematic random sampling. This is the stratified random sampling. Here, for example, if we have the elected election for the PM, what will they do? We have the different states in our country. So they will cluster, each state is the one cluster. So from the each state, they will ask, they will survey to whom, which party you will support, whether it is the national party, sorry, they will ask some X party or Y party or Z party. So, but they will take sample from the each and every state. That means each and every cluster. First, they will cluster entire population to the different clusters. Then after, they will take sample from the each cluster to conclude about that entire cluster. For example, see, relevant divide the data into several relevant strata. Strata means the nothing but cluster. And then sample from the each strata. Each strata means out of this cluster, they have inquired 2 people. In this cluster, they inquired 3 people. In this cluster, they inquired 2 people. So they will collect sample from the each and every strata. Based on this sample data, they will conclude about this entire population. This is one type of data gathering. For example, for getting opinion of a demonstration, one choice for this data might be state-wise analysis. Okay. Another one is the clustering sampling. In this same concept, here also they will cluster into the entire population into different groups. Then after, instead of asking some people in each cluster, they will select some clusters from the out of the whole clusters. For example, if we divided into the 10 clusters, they will select randomly 2 or 3 clusters. They will get the information about each and every person in that cluster. Based on these cluster information, they will conclude the all 10 customers' opinion. This is the another type of population into the groups or clusters. Then select one or few and survey everyone from the chosen subset. In previous, here they will survey sample data from the each cluster, but here they will select some clusters out of the whole clusters. But in the selector cluster, they will ask each and every person. They won't leave any person in that cluster. So by collecting data like this, we will gather some type of data. So this is how we are getting data basically. But actually in real time, we won't do like this. Nowadays, we have a lot of web series. Yesterday, I already show you. Google gives the 20 terabytes per day. Facebook gives the 6 terabytes per day. So we have a lot of data in web. So there is a chance to, there are many ways to scratch data from web. Just these are the some sampling techniques everyone use in real time. For if we want to build dummy models, dummy data sets, web data will be available. But if we want to do any customer domain business perspective, these web data not enough to do the model. At that time, maybe they will provide, sometimes they will provide data, sometimes they will ask, we don't have data, you can gather data and you can build. At that time, these are the some ways to collecting the In mathematical, there are the two types of parameters. One is the parameter, another one is the statistic. Now, what is the difference between the parameter and the statistics? Parameter means the census. Parameter is nothing but the, if we want to conclude any population, they will measure the each and every population mean and variance population statistics. Means they will collect data from the entire population. For example, if we want to get opinion about the any state, they will ask each and everyone in that state. That is the parameter. So it will give the exact opinion about that state. That means 100% what the people thinking about particular thing. For example, coming to the statistics, it is the descriptive measure of the sample. Sample means it won't take the each and everyone in the state, everyone's opinion in the state. It will take some sample of people from the state. They will ask they will survey some information. Based on their response, it will give the some sample mean sample variation. Here there is a chance to say the survey of, for example, same political, if they say this party, we want to vote for this party, it is that 90%, approximately 90% sample mean is related to the population mean. It's not 100%, it won't give 100% what exactly they are feeling, they're feeling. Okay, sample means gives based on which type of samples we selected. Based on that data only, if we selected samples we need to this sample selection also very important. If we have selected good people who will observe, who will analysis about the remaining people, who will think about the in different perspectives, if we selected that type of people, what is the sample mean we will get, it is near to the population mean. If the samples we selected bad samples, at that time sample mean is so far to the population mean. So the selection of the sample is also very important. That's what data understanding. We have the data, lot of data, but out of that data we need to select some sample data to build model. By understanding the data, which data is more effective, which data have the more information, we need to select the data. But population data is good, but if we want to build a model, we won't get in population data. Population data means entire data. It's very difficult to get the data which is 100% knows about the output. So we'll use statistics. That's why we'll use statistics to build a model. In statistics, there are the two different statistics. One is the descriptive, another one is the inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics means data gathered about the group to reach the conclusion about the same group. Previously, I said if we have that data, it will cluster into that group. In that group, if, for example, we'll select some sample data from the group, we'll conclude the opinion of that group to that cluster only. We won't say this is the opinion of the entire population. Here we are saying about this is the opinion of this particular cluster. That is the descriptive statistics. Coming to the inferential statistics, data gathered from the sample and the statistics generated to reach the conclusion about the population. Here, we'll divide into the population into the cluster. But here, for example, we will select some samples from that cluster. But that opinion, we are trying to reach the entire population opinion. It is the inferential statistics. Here are the descriptive and inferential statistics. Here, if first in descriptive statistics, we'll cluster the people. For example, if we want to know about someone opinion, we'll take some people, we'll group into the entire people into the groups. Out of that group, we'll select one group. By taking samples from that group, we'll say this is the opinion of this group people. We won't say this is the opinion of the entire people. This is the opinion of these cluster people. That's it. But in inferential, we'll data gathered from the sample and statistics generated to reach the conclusion about the entire population. Here, we'll take the sample from the entire out of the subcluster, but we'll try to conclude at the entire population opinion. That is the difference between the descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. All these inferential statistics nothing but inductive statistics. What is inductive statistics? Both are same. Till now, in data gathering statistics, do you people have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No.
So you people now have some idea about the how data gathering, how statistics will be useful, how sample data will useful to build a model.
Yeah.
Yes. Here, if we want to build model, we need to know about the two different variables. Those are the dependent variable and independent variable. Dependent variable means in the name, in the sense it have the dependent. So this variable will depend on the another variable. Independent variable. So it is the independent variable. It won't depend on the other. So in input output, which will depend output will be depend on the input variable. So this output value, the predicted value is nothing but dependent variable. Why? Because it depends on the input. If input changed, automatical output will be also changed. If we change output, is it effect to the input? No. In any mathematical computation, based on the input, output will be changed always. Based on the output, input won't be changed. So here, what are the variables we are provide to build a model? Those are the input variables. What is the expected output we will give to train the model? That is the dependent variable. Okay. Here, what is the output we are expected? That is the dependent variable. What are the input variables will provide to the model to predict the expected output? Those are the independent variables. Okay, people, are you able to understand about the
Yeah. So, ma'am,
Yes.
independent. Yeah. So, independent will be the input, and output will be the dependent on
Dependent
in.
variable?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
in while building a model, these terminology, two terminologies are very important. These are see, yeah. If now we know about the independent variables and the dependent variables. So we have the independent variables 20. But in data also, what we call it as the data. We have the different types of data. For example, let's take string data, numerical data, categorical data. Okay. You people first will say about the categorical data. Categorical data means it doesn't we can't measure this data. For example, let's take the gender. If we have collected for the elections, we have the one field gender, male, female, transgender. Is there any difference for the male, female, transgender while to select the election? Every people will have same importance. So what is there no difference for the male vote and the female vote? Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the two data types, but there is no difference between these two. Employee ID also. So employee education may be useful. Employees salary. It is the also based on their knowledge, salary will be changed. But based on their ID, it won't be effect on the salary, education, anything. So employee ID is unique for the each person. These type of data. For example, we have the 100 records. So we have the 100 employee IDs, but there is no difference between the one ID to the another ID. That type of information we call it as the categorical data. For example, these are the some examples for the nominal data, nominal categorical data. So It is easy to identify these type of categorical data: employee ID, gender, religion, pin codes, place of birth, Aadhaar number. Some categorical data, for example, let's see mutual fund risk ratings, movie ratings. They will give the rating 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. For example, Fortune 50 rankings. Here, the rating between 1 to 2, there is some difference. If they give rating 1, that means that movie is very super duper hit. For example, if the rating is 2, it's super hit. If the rating is movie, yes, it's hit. So this is also categorical data, but ordinal categorical data. So there is some difference between the 1 point to 1 point, but there is one order also. So the difference between the rating 1 to 2, there is the same difference between the 2 to 3. Is it right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is no, if we have that 50 ratings, the difference between the 0 to 1 is the same difference between the 49 to 50 also. So it is the ordinal categorical data. This type of data we call it as a ordinal categorical data. I already provided some examples for the ordinal categorical data. See, summary level of data management. I already explained about the nominal data, ordinal data. So now you people are able to identify what is the nominal data, ordinal data. Coming to the interval data. Interval data means meaningful difference, but no 0 point. Meaningful difference means, for example, we want to check the people who enter into the supermarket based on the time interval. So first 10 minutes, then after 10 minutes, then after 10 minutes. But here there is some meaningful difference. For example, for example, supermarket management want to know uh, at what particular interval most of the customers visit our supermarket. So we based on that we'll say the meaningful these many customers in these first 10 minutes, in these many customers in these first 10 minutes, in these many customers in this second one. There is, for example, let's consider 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. There is difference between the 10, 11, 12, 12. But here the difference is same. Okay, so one hour interval or 10 minutes interval. But here important thing is how much customers visits into the supermarket. That is the numerical data. But here it is the categorical data. Did you understand difference between the how much customers enter into the that variable and time interval? Yeah, it is the measurement. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We call it as the numerical 1, 2, 3. But these are defined about the time. That's it. It doesn't have any information. Just to identify, yes, we are getting peak hours are the morning 10 to evening 8. At the particular time, how much customers are arrived to the supermarket? That is important. Time is not important for them. Why? Because based on these customers, they will give some. For example, if at this time most of the people visit to the supermarket, if the staff is available, staff is enough to handle those customers, that's okay. If the available stock is enough to purchase those customers, it's okay. If they identify any high number of customers visiting at particular time, if some customers goes due to the inconvenience, due to the lack of guidance, due to this lack of stock, if they will lose their business. So here
Mm-hmm.
time is not important. Number of customers visiting at that particular interval is the important. So it is comes into this interval comes under the categorical data. Sorry. Coming to the ratio. So meaningful difference with natural starting point. Ratio means this also comes to the categorical data. For example, X will compare every time. If X have the twice of the books compared to Y, the ratio between the X and Y is the 1:2. Okay, but here important things are the value of X and Y. Okay, ratio also important, but it is the just information. If I am earning twice of the some other guy, if we comparing here, this twice is the only information. But main point what is that how much we are earning. Same thing. If we are comparing 2:1, we'll provide the categorical data. It comes this ratio. Meaningful difference with starting natural point. That means, for example, if I have X, you have the twice of what I have. That means 2Y or 2X. So here these are twice, thrice, these ratios are the categorical data. But what is the values of from which thing we are talking about, the value of that thing is very important. That comes under the numerical data. So this is the, there are 4 types of categorical data, nominal, ordinal. You people will know what about the nominal data. Nominal data is nothing but the unique thing. So there is no difference, but for example, let's say in this employee ID, there may be 10 different points or 1,000 lakhs of different IDs. No one is same. Here coming to the gender, here there is a lot of, for example, if we have the 1 lakh records, out of the 1 lakh, maybe 50,000 are the male, 50,000 are the female, some 10,000 are the transgenders. In employment ID, there is no duplication of the each ID. So, but these in gender also, here also in employee ID we don't have the any difference between the one ID to the second ID. Here in gender also we don't have any difference between the male to female. In the, so this type of data is the nominal categorical data. You know the ordinal categorical data, for example movie ratings, there is the same difference between the one point to the another point in same order. So what is the difference between the first point to second point? There is the same difference between the last point, last one, before last one point also. This is the ordinal. Interval data also, it is also comes under the categorical data with meaningful differences. So there is some meaningful, for example, what is the, for example, let's take the 1 hour interval, 10 minutes interval. These 10 minutes or 1 is the same for the each and every point. If we have the 1 lakh points, they if they are calculating based on the hourly, so the difference between the first hour to second hour, that means there is a 60 seconds. Each interval have the only 60 seconds. So meaningful differences. Coming to, but no 0 point. No 0 point means there is no starting point. We won't say this is the, you just consider for the 0 hour, you just consider for the first 10 minutes. There is no that type of starting points. Coming to the ratio. Ratio means first we need, the ratio also comes under the categorical data, but we need some starting point. For example, let's say if I want to compare some people, 10 people, we need to start from the 1. We need to start from the, he is the X. The other one is that twice more than him. Third one is that twice less than him. Fourth one is the thrice more than him. So we need to take some one starting point. Without starting point, we can't give ratios to the other point. So these ratios will have meaningful difference with a natural starting point also. So these are comes under the categorical data. Coming to the numerical data have 2 types of data. One is the discrete data, another one is the continuous data. In discrete data means which is countable. For example, if we throw one coin 10 times, how many times it gives the head, how many times it gives the tails. This is the countable. So If we throw the coin 10 times, there is a chance to come 1 head, 2 head, 3 head, 4 head till 10 head. But each one we are able to count. That type of data is the it doesn't have any decimal or floating values. You people know what is integer, what is decimal, what is floating. So we are able to count integer value here. For example, integer value means it is a countable. We won't say there is a chance to this half, there is a chance to 1/4 like that. We won't say which is the countable. Coming to the measurable, the train travel from, for example, we have the train goes in this much speed. How much speed it covers within this particular time period? We will measure the data. There might be we can't count the speed. Is it? For example, we'll explain about the some with examples in this. Sorry. Time between customers' arrivals at the retail outlet. Just you people think we'll explain about the each and everything. Just you people think time between customer arrivals at a retail outlet. For example, you can think first customer comes. The first customer comes at 10:10. What is the time between to come to the second customer? Are you able to say within this much time we will get second customer?
No.
No, we can't count seconds like that. We'll measure, we'll wait till the time the second customer arrives. At that time, we'll measure what is the time between from first customer arrival to the second. This is comes under the measurable thing, that is the continuous thing. For example, let's see. Sampling the volume of liquid nitrogen in a storage tank. Will you able to count this liquid? These many liquids are available. These many here it is. We are able to measure liquid based on these units. Based on the units, we will able to measure this much amount of water we are able to fill in this tank. It is measurable. We can't counter these many, that many like that. So this is also comes under continuous.
Continuous.
Yes. Let's here take third one. Sampling 100 voters in the exit poll and determining how many voted for the winning candidate. So we have the 100 sample voters. We conducted one poll. So the people voted. How many votes did get winning candidate? By counting the number of votes he got, we are able to say these many votes he got. Is it continuous or discrete?
It will be discrete, man.
Discrete. Why? Because here we are able to count number of votes. That's why. Yeah. Lengths of newly designed automobiles. Are you able to say this is whenever new automobile comes, it will be 7 meters. Sorry, 7 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 6 centimeters. There might be a chance of this 6.5 centimeters. So it is measurable. We can't count each and every centimeter like that. So these type of measurable, what we are not able by counting. For example, if in a jar I poured some beans. If I ask how many beans this jar contain, you will count each and every bean. You will say yes, these are the 200 beans, 300 beans. It is the countable. The value is the countable value. So we call it is the discrete value. So number of customers arriving at a retail outlet during 5-minute period. Let's see. let's see first one and fifth one. First one is the continuous. Fifth one is the, which one is fifth? Number of customers arriving to a retail output during the 5 minutes period. Number of customers. Is it discrete or continuous?
It seems like continuous, ma'am, because it is giving the time period. We don't know how many number of customers means will
But
arrive.
after 5 minutes, we are able to count how many customers enter into that
Okay,
retail shop.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, in first one, here we are thinking about the time. What is the time between the first customer to the second customer? We can't count time each and every second. We will measure time. What is the time entered from the second customer? We will differentiate at what time first customer entered. For example, second customer entered into the 11 a.m. First customer entered into the 10 a.m. What we will do? We are calculating by differentiating second customer arrival time. Sorry, first customer arrival time from the second customer arrival time. We won't count here. But coming to the fifth one, we'll count here.
Okay.
Just we'll count how many customers. For example, we'll take the camera. If we have the video, we'll take the camera. We'll observe first minute to 5 minutes. Whenever new customer comes, we'll count.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
this is the discrete value. Here we can't count. We'll measure by differentiating first customer arrival time from the second customer arrival time. So
Yeah.
this first one is the continuous. This fifth one is the discrete value. So sixth one, number of defects in a batch of 50 items. So one manufacturer, he manufactures 10 items. Then after they sent it to the validation team. They validated which are perfectly working, which are have some defects. So then after them they find these many products are have the some defects. Whether it is discrete or continuous.
It will be discrete.
Yes, discrete. Why? Because here, whenever new defect found, we'll add this count to the previous count. Okay, this is the countable. People, if you have any doubts on the what to differentiating discrete or continuous, let me, I will explain again. This is very important to know about the which type of data we have. So, for example, in continuous data, it's easy to build mathematical applications on the continuous data, but coming continuous data even on the discrete data, that is the numerical data. But if the categorical data, we won't apply mathematical expressions on the categorical data. If there is no difference between the male and female, based on the male and female, how do we say whether it is belong to a particular class?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to handle this categorical data while building model. If you people don't know how to identify categorical data, if you people not able to identify categorical data, you can't deal that categorical data to build a model. You will apply same data processing techniques for the each and every data. But let's see, coming while we are building model, we'll gather some data out of, for example, let's take the election. For example, if we some people applied for the voter ID, they will give the some information about them. What is their religion? What is their age? What is their gender? What is date of birth? Some people don't know about their date of birth. Okay. At that time, maybe there is a chance if we have the 1 lakh record, out of the 1 lakh report, there is a chance of some values from the in some records. If we won't give, I don't know the value of this record. If we give that one, whenever it says, whenever it predicting, it predicts some value. If we ask why you are predicting the expected value is 10, but you predicted 6, there is a lot of difference between 6 and 10. It says you did not provide some data for me. While building model, there is some missing values. you did not handle that missing values. You directly gave that missing values to me. So lack of that information, I predicted with this variation. So we need to handle that missing values. So while handling missing value, if the data is categorical data, we'll use one technique. If the data is discrete data, we'll use another technique. If the data is continuous data, we'll use another technique. For
Yeah.
which data, which type of techniques we need, we'll say that in next session. But if you people want to understand that concept, first you people need to understand this concept. You people need to identify what is the categorical data, what is the ordinal data, what is the nominal data, what is the discrete continuous. Okay.
Okay.
So if till now I explained about the how to gather data. I explained about the how we calculated statistics on the sample data, how we use that sample data to conclude the population. Just I am saying that these are the some statistics. We collect the sample data to conclude the population. How we apply these statistics on the real time, we'll explain in next sessions. First, you need to know about the what is statistics, what is different types of data. Out of the different, there is the numerical data, categorical data. In categorical data, there is the four difference: nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Coming to the numerical data, there is the two types. One is the discrete and another one is the continuous. If you people know about these concepts, then we'll say uh, how to handle different types of data. Whether it is categorical data, you need to handle like this. Whether it is numerical data, you need to handle like this, like that. For
Yeah.
example, you consider we have the numerical data, we have the 10 data points. If we want to get mean, what we will do, we'll add 10 data points. Then after we'll divide by the 10. We'll get the average value. If we have the categorical data, male, female, transgender, male, female, transgender, are you able to find mean value? Are
No.
you able to find
Find
female plus male plus transgender?
No. No.
No. So we at that time, for example, if I have the 10,000 categorical data, 10,000 numerical data. Out of the numerical data, I missed two values. What I do, I measure some mean value of the 10,000. Will replace that missing value, this mean value. Okay. For example, if we have the salary 20,000 to 30,000, if we did not provide any salary for the missing value, what it consider it as the outlier. He doesn't have any salary. That means he is working for the free of service. Model will understand like that. So
Yeah.
that type, that what we call, this is the misunderstanding. If
So,
model don't we want cheat. Sorry. We want to misunderstand like that. We need to fill that missing value with the mean value. Instead of giving zero, it's better to give something through by calculating mean of the entire data.
okay.
So in numerical data, we'll do. How do we handle the categorical data in that situation? By using a particular value, we won't give. Yeah, yes, some guy have that type of salary. So this guy have that, he is male. So both are males. That's why I am assigning same salary to him. Some girl have the this much of salary. Here, this girl missing salary details. So I will assign that girl salary data to this girl. It's not correct way to handle the missing values. So if you people able to identify categorical data, continuous data, in next session we'll explain how to handle while missing values comes while taking some information from the data, whether it is categorical data, how to calculate, whether it is the numerical data, how to calculate. If there is any outliers presented, how to handle that outliers, we'll explain in next session. So till now, if you people have any doubt, let me.
Yeah, ma'am. This in the categorical data, there is a category known as interval, right?
Mm.
In the interval, when we and in the discrete, in the sorry, not discrete, in the continuous, it we are calculating again in terms of the interval also. So this is the categorical one, and that is the continuous one. And in the both in
Yeah.
both type of calculations, yeah, the interval comes in into the calculation.
Yes. This is what I said. Let's say we are here. We have the one retail shop. We are observing how many customers enter into the 10 minutes interval. Okay,
Yeah,
that is the
yeah.
what we are observing. Here, the 10 minutes interval is the categorical data, what I said. But
Okay.
the customers enter into that market. We are counting that people. In first 10 minutes interval, 5 people are entered. Second 10 minutes interval, people are entered, 6 members. Third 10 minutes interval, there may be 10 people entered. This 10 minutes interval, is there any change in the time interval?
No.
No, same time interval. So it is there is meaningful difference. This is the 10 first
Okay.
10 minutes, second 10 minutes, third 10 minutes. But the 10 minutes is the same. That is
Yes.
the categorical data. But here in first 10 intervals, 5 members entered. Second 10 intervals, 7 members. Third 10 minutes, 20 members entered. There is
Okay.
lot of difference between 5 to 7, 7 to 20. This is but this value 5, 7, 20. This is the countable value.
Correct.
We'll say yes, exactly 20 members entered.
Okay. So it will be coming
Third one
under the.
continues. This is the discrete value.
Okay. Yeah.
Third one is, for example, let's say first member entered it to 10:10. Second member entered it to 10:13. Third member entered into the 10:40. Are you able to say definitely after 10 minutes the fourth member will come? No.
No.
There is a chance to come within seconds. There is a chance to take the till 10 minutes, 20 minutes like that. So
Yeah.
we can't count. There is the difference between the each point. There is no same difference between the each point.
Okay.
That is the continuous data.
Continuous. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yes. So that is the difference. That's why I'm saying same example. If we have taken same example, you people are able to understand exactly what is the difference between the one data type to the another data type. If I have three different examples for three, you will get some sense, but there is a some lack of sense. That's why I have taken one example. The time interval, which is same for the each and every data point. The number is the difference, but the time interval is the same. That is the categorical interval data. Here countable. The number of customer into that supermarket, that is the countable. That is the discrete data. The time
Okay.
between the arrival of the first one, the third one, which here we are able to count. We don't need any mathematical equation. In discrete data, if we, let's assume you are counting 1, 2, 3 like that. Are you using any equation? No. But if
No.
we want to measure, maybe there may be some mathematical equation, some mathematical difference will be available at the continuous data.
Yeah.
Yeah. By measuring only, we will get the difference between that one to this one. That's what.
Got it.
Yeah. Anybody have any doubts? Okay. Hi guys. Our CEO Srini is available here. If you people want to talk anything to with him, please. Rahul Ranjit.
Very good afternoon or good evening to everyone. Thanks,
Uh,
Anuradha, for the
Good evening,
session.
sir.
Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening, sir.
Good afternoon,
Good evening,
Priyanka.
sir.
Yeah, it's afternoon for me. Thank you. I hope all having a great time here with the nice sessions going on. So
Yes, right.
I just want to utilize next 30 minutes about like about the program Anuradha is leading, right? So this is an internship center of excellency. But, we want to bring or empower all the young interns, and maybe they can transform themselves to an entrepreneurs, right? So this is the one that's where especially on it. And we just to give an history about cloud seals, right? We are more into the cloud based and DevOps AI based professional services from last 5 years. So now we want to bring some best AI methods into the cloud. So you are the warriors and soldiers now. We are trying to build that up, and this is just not a training session program, right? It is to improve the center of excellency that's inside you to go beyond the limits of learning, right? So there is no limits of learning. Every day is a learning process. So this is the, as I mentioned, it's very what's the difference between other training centers and we are is like to we are creating a strong internship center of excellency in a power way that will be a very strong pillar to our organizations in the future. Okay. And everyone may have a question why interns. There may be you may require some strong experienced people, right? So I just want to give you only a small example that these days you see in last from 2 decades the technology is being changing from one corner of the world to another corner over the night, right? So it doesn't matter whether it is uh, a senior resource or experienced person or fresher. It is all about the learning curve. How steep in the learning curve is, then you are the best to get onto this train to the rocket journey. So those days are gone. If anyone says, "Oh, you are inexperienced or you're intern," I don't think so that exists anymore. So that is what we want to break it through this internship center of excellency. You don't have to start from because I do see like most of the interns have a career plan going with TCS, Infosys, Accenture, and don't know where they start from, right? From testing, from small Java program, PHP, .NET, and then they wait for the right opportunity to get into new technologies. So it takes a journey for everyone, right? So what I mean to say is like this is a very good learning platform opportunity for all of you. And this is you may have a question, whole industry is going in one direction. And if you look at like all the major MNCs are investing a lot in the learning platforms, especially to build center of excellency and AI and cloud. From decades they are trying, right? To train the 10 years. So what I'm also a cloud expert. I worked with the cloud in the beginning days of 2014, right? So when the cloud was just beginning, I started my journey in the 2012. Now it's been like almost 10 years into long scale or large scale migration programs. I've seen the thick and thin flesh, blood, everything inside the cloud. With seeing all these things, even I used to be a trainer to train 12 years experienced Java guy, 12 experience senior .NET resources. But at one point, the learning curve will become sharp edge, and there will be a very difficult phase for them to transform to a new technology. But I believe that now this gone unless you become an object of daily transformation, then you have no existence in the market. So that defines the value saying remove the attribute and parameter value of experience and in experience. That's where we're trying to bring in this internship center of excellency. For the, especially to build a very strong AI internship center of excellency. And this is absolutely what it is going to derive is This internship center of excellency in the next 5 years going to create an industrial center of excellency based solutions for various industries where all the industries will be adopting our solutions. It is like a factory model, right? Anyone can come, learn, contribute. They can be their own entrepreneurs or they can be anything. Okay. So I just thought to join this session today to give you and spend some because I haven't joined any sessions, but I'll be joining now and then. If you want, you can also reach out to me if you have any questions about the program, about the internship, and what will be the future plan for you guys, right? So we are growing and we are not living only with the training for all of you. We will be definitely converting you based on the performance of the parameters. Of course, I'm sure you all are interested, right? So I strongly see who will want to become a data science. They're not taking that as a regular course of training courses. They're taking something serious. That's what I observed. So I really welcome you guys, and I'm always here. If you have any questions, please shoot out right away, right now, in 15 minutes. Anything, please feel free to like a friendly, like Q&A session. Like I'm happy to answer.
Yes, sir, Srinivas, sir. My name is Akash, and just wanted to ask, sir, that because means we have only uh, have like we have heard about that means data science is not a cup of tea for the juniors or new interns or people who are coming means right now they were like freshers. So going forward, sir, what should be the roadmap for us to like have get the career and make the career in further in the data science area?
That's what I just mentioned, Akash. So you have to completely forget about it.
Yeah.
Completely, right? So for example, in a class of students, there are 100 people. Only one person get first rank, right? Will be
Yes.
only first. And there are second, third. It doesn't mean that a person in the 50th place of the position is not, doesn't mean that he is not a valid resource or is not a valid student, right? So
Yes.
even so, this is like, oh, if someone is more saying you or demotivating you, saying, okay, data science is not your cup of tea, better you say them bye bye. I would suggest that way. Because what we are trying to do is we are going in a very reverse direction with the center of internship, center of excellency with all you guys. We want to show to the world how interns can really create a impact.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
Sir,
yeah, go
as
ahead.
you said that interns will be converted into full-time thing, right? Once the
Yeah.
training is completed, you will be considering it based on the performance.
So we have like there is no performance testing, online testing at all. Okay, that's where Anuradha will be planning some of the real-time project where we have some of the own product innovations going on,
Yes,
research
yes.
is going on.
As we are being with Anuradha ma'am, it's been nearly 1 month we have associated with Anuradha ma'am.
Yeah.
We got to know that we do have a multiple level of projects continuing with Cloudseed. Like for
Mm.
example, Nebula is the one
Yeah.
which we heard, and the drone one, and
Yeah.
the stock analyzer thing.
Yeah.
And everything is updating in the YouTube and everything, right, sir? So we are following it.
Mm.
Is there any chance of working as soon as possible once the training is completed? Is there any possibility of working?
That's the thing, right? So we are going to evaluate you all guys based on the real-time project testing only. For example, if
Okay.
Anuradha is giving you one of the scenario or one feature of Nebula, and that's why I had a call in the morning with Anuradha also saying that okay, she will be breaking up the tasks of each these, and she'll be sharing with you. Okay, and absolutely, this is not going to be in a full-time classroom training model. That's what I clearly said in the beginning.
Yes, sir. It's
Concepts
completely
will be
different thing.
the very
Yeah.
concepts will be explained, and you also see data science is all about the data logics and logical thinking.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so it no classroom boarding will help you. in this process, right?
Yes.
So that's where I asked Anuradha also to make sure that sooner she also start creating some tasks to analyze, like,
Yes, sir.
Nebula is
Like
a very big, vast
on
project.
basis of statistics, we already like Anuradha ma'am have already given a task. She said Anisha ma'am will be evaluating it and will be sharing with you if there are anything. So that will be insightful for us, right, sir? We'll be getting insights from that for not making mistakes for the next time.
That's where the real-time evaluation is there. Real-time evaluation also is there, right? So I want this session to be more active, not an active passive.
Yes, sir.
Okay, feel free, right? So we are trying to create something very new, which doesn't exist, and every one thinks that it is a waste of day. No, most of my friends also suggested the same thing,
Sir,
right?
why like one like it might be a suggestion or thing. Why don't we get into like T-Hub or thing, and why don't we collaborate and work with some other thing, some other organizations, or else like if we sit in the certain office thing, that will be in we can share up ideas and everything, right, sir? Is there
I
any
think
chance of putting an
uh,
office in Hyderabad or some other city for the
we
future?
see, as of now, we are all remote. We have around 26 to 27 people working
Yeah,
for us. Okay.
yeah,
We have a clients in Dubai, UK, and India. That it is growing company. Okay.
yes,
What I thought of this program to be like, I don't want to shout about this program. Let the world shout about this program.
yes, sir.
So you are the front end
Yeah,
barriers for me.
yeah, we are the brand ambassadors of the cloud seals at present.
Absolutely. The moment you guys come in and you enjoy the fruitful results and you get the confidence, see, end of the day, this is not to train you and leave you on the lesson array technologies or something which used to be that way, right? We are not saying that. We are not
Yes,
charging for placements or anything. This is to bring some confidence in you that saying even the intern can also break the rules of the existing IT corporate rules, saying they can also be a lead, and they can also be a contributor to the new cutting edge technologies, right? Of course, I admit to that point there is a deviation between the academic courses and the real time courses, but this internship center of excellency is to fix that bridge.
yes, sir.
Okay, so we are bridging it between it. So what I mean, yes, to your answer question, I can go to T-Hub or I can go there. So what happens with the moment when we go into is like, it makes a lot of branding, like, in Telugu, we call it like self-branding, self-music. I don't like that with that.
No,
So
not that.
we,
So, like, why don't we set up an office setup so that we all people will come and work over there as an intern?
Oh,
That
that's the
might
next
be
plan. We are doing it. We are starting from August. So we are looking for an office environment, but we are all based in August. I'm not sure where you guys are all based out, right? So the Mumbai and Anuradha also, she's based out in Hyderabad.
yes,
So we need like to make sure that because these days most of the people are in hybrid mode, right? People are working remotely. No one
yes,
is
sir.
sure. Under if there's some even if you see look at like if the TCS and Cognizant ask the people to return to office and they're violate, they're completely putting some hashtags saying that no, say no to
So,
office.
but it like my intern is like in a week if we go for an office for 1 or 2 days, that might be helpful. Like we will be having a meaningful discussions over there.
So that
There
is
might be
what I
exchange of ideas.
can. I suggest one thing. So you guys plan it out a way. 3 days, spend it for training. two
Yes, sir.
days for practicals. So during the practicals, make sure you all meet up at one place and have a brainstorming session.
Yes, sir. That will be really
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
let us plan that way. I will suggest Anuradha to take it up. Anuradha, please plan it this way. Okay. 3 days training session, 2 days practical session. And even if you're there or not there, that doesn't matter. But all these people should sit together to do some brainstorming. But what my view is like, where I'm a simple request, right? Don't waste your energy and your time for unnecessary things during this session, the programs, right? Please be more passionate for next 3 to 4 months. And I promise that's going to change your entire career.
Sir, excuse me, this is Rahul.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for your insights. That will be
Yeah,
really.
I and Ranjit are we are taking some data from the Kaggle and we are working on it. We are changing the models, everything. So
And make
it's been some
sure.
difficulty for us. Yeah, it's for some difficulty that we both are only contacting each other. So
Yes, sir.
I think there must be another section so that everyone will talk about their views about that model, etc.
So, example, like
Okay.
me and Rahul have worked regarding some models. Like we have worked on some different tools, sir. So we are continuously brainstorming about those things, and we were working not only on these topics. For example, there will be some other
We
sites
are
like
looking for other topics also, and it's going up until night at 12 o'clock. So it's some difficulty only for both of us that only we both are engaged and we don't have anyone to. Yeah, there's another section we can ask ma'am, so she will clarify it. But
That
it will
I
be
think
helpful that everyone will meet.
you guys
Yes,
can
sir.
access this. We'll do one thing. Anuradha, we will create an channel for this group. I'll ask Thiru to provide external access to
Okay.
all this. So what we can do is like keep that particular channel, Teams channel very active with all the questions, output, whatever you want. Okay. So
Okay.
that we can bring
Yes, sir.
some
It
best
might be
corporate.
useful for us.
Yeah, we can bring some best corporate practices. Yeah, that's a good point you raised. Thanks for reviewing. So Anuradha, please work it out on that. Okay. You
Yeah,
can
sure, Srini.
create a
Because
channel, add
it is
all of them here.
and recently we have got an
that is
access for Confluencer. Like when we'll be getting
Mhm.
like for direct access to you and Anuradha ma'am, like how to contact not only WhatsApp. It's not right way now, sir. Like everyone will be not think you will be busy
See,
in some.
the challenge what we are facing, right? So we are planning to enable this Teams access to external. Okay.
Okay,
So through the channel, anytime you can ping me, you can ping anyone.
sure, sir.
But all right.
Okay,
And
sir.
after this evaluation process, and next 1 month, then we'll create you a Cloud Seals ID separately for you.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So that's the next step. There are
also
two
thank you.
steps. So first thing is let us create an external access for the teams and we create a channel and we'll provide you access. You can join from there. You can reach out to me and rather whoever. We'll do that part.
Thank you, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
I hope you already gave some Anuradha, did we give them the access to our Confluence?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
gave.
Yesterday we have got it.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We got it. We got it.
Cool. In that case, like, and next, whatever the task they are doing, Anuradha, are they completely in inclining with our Nebula development, or is it something beyond it?
Okay, sure.
sir, at
Yes.
present we are with the Nebula thing, sir. Like the insights what Anuradha ma'am has shared was completely with the Nebula. Like nearly 15 case studies, I guess. Like what ma'am has shared.
Okay.
Like we are
Again,
working on the insights.
We are
Like
just going through it, sir.
there are multiple. This is a very complex thing on Nebula. So I explained to Anuradha also. Anuradha, which is now very. Anuradha start with explain the 7-hour migrations because I tell you
Yeah.
one thing, guys.
Yeah, it's
This
already
Nebula
completed, sir.
product.
Sir, it's already completed.
This Nebula product,
Yeah.
this training program also gives you a good in-depth learning of cloud, okay,
yes, sir.
and
Yes,
DevOps.
sir. Yes, sir.
So this
Yeah,
is
sir. We
just
already
not
getting it.
this is just not a AI program, AI training, right? You get trained on cloud, you get trained on everything. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so
But one doubt, sir.
mm,
Like as we do have a cloud MIs, right? Like
yeah,
generally we
mm,
are working on the same features, right? With respect to cloud MIs, or else we are
yeah.
going for any other new features which you are going to add it.
Okay, Anuradha, do you want to explain?
Yeah, I already explained, Srini. We have the two type customers who are already have the same, who are already using Cloud Amaze, but there is no tool to analyze what is the output from the Cloud Amaze. So we need to think about or to provide the one service on the Cloud Amaze output. That's what Ranjit I said. Then we have the another customers. they don't have the already cloud amaze. So instead of the purchasing some service from the cloud amaze, some service from the us, we need to provide what is the cloud amaze service provides same thing. We need to provide same thing, and on top of there is another feature which is to analyze the cloud amaze output. There are the two scenarios, Ranjit. We need to work on both, but one by one.
Okay, let me explain one thing. Okay, I give you again a very brief to you what we are trying to do. So in my last 12 years or 10 years almost of cloud experience, what I have seen is, right, data centers are moving to the right, at
Yes, sir.
AWS, Azure, GCP. So
Yes, sir.
during
Yes,
this
sir.
process, what's happening here is there's a lot of business revenue goes to cloud providers. Simultaneously, a lot of these MNC consulting companies are generating money from there, from the cloud service provider, because the cloud service providers cannot themselves handle the customers migrating to the cloud. So they need a consulting partner who can help their customers to move to the cloud. So in this process, in the cloud evaluation, like there are cloud MIS is a one tool which only does the discovery and inventory part. Okay, it's like it just runs a discovery and inventory on the existing data center on their and landscape to pull up the metrics of how many servers they have, what servers they have, and then it will just create a rough estimate of saying there are 7 hour migration principles, how many will be, how many of the servers are falling under this parameter, that parameter, etc. That's it. It will only map, not even that, it will only just map the instances. What you call is like servers in cloud, we call instances. It will map the right instance sizing. For example, at a data center, let's say they have a big machine of 16 CPUs and 32 gigs RAM, and they observed it only 50% of utilization. When it goes to the cloud, what cloud MS says is, okay, look, you are utilized only 50%. So I suggest you to go on cloud, go with 8 core CPU and 8 GB RAM, right? So this is what normally cloud MS is doing. Now, there are multiple factors cloud MS cannot itself do. One is like the rehosting and replatforming and all the 7R categories is some lacking features. It only gives a rough estimation of it. Now, coming to the Nebula, that cloud MS is a very small piece for us. The next part is very crucial. Based on the 7R principles, we create a notebook for each and every migration pattern. Rehost, replatform, refactor, re-architect, we create it. So once, how do we create it, right? So normally in a journey of the cloud journey, once they identify this, to identify rehost replatform from the report generated by the cloud MIs, customer spends at least 4 months to go through each of the details and to validate saying yes, cloud MS said right. Some of the parameters they may change. Oh, no, this application, this not rehost. We have something else in the background, right? So what we are trying to do is we are trying to bring a most valid use cases, combine multiple use cases, customizing it for the different industrial use cases, and creating a notebook for different 7R principles, 7Rs. That is only migration. AI-based cloud migration is one future. We have another two, cost optimization, cloud optimization. So how do you optimize the cloud workloads running across different cloud providers through a single console or single centralized method is what Nebula does. Similarly, how do you control the security of multiple clouds using a single service, a single console is what Nebula. So there are different phases. It is not that very simple to say we can write one migration notebook for Rios, very simple. We have to get into deeper and deeper and deeper to each and every host to identify the parameters that is required for creation of the notebook. What exactly happening that I help you in my experience. And then you have to create a data and we have to do it. So this is for example, if any new customer comes to us and say, okay, I have a data center, I want to migrate to the cloud, then we just go and deploy Nebula in the data center. That's it. It runs the metrics. It creates a 7-hour report, generates a report, end of it. And once if they're happy with the report, costing everything, then we define, then automatically it will create a pipeline for them to migrate to the clouds. It will create an architecture automatically. So the amount of time they're spending 6 months, years with the consulting vendors is going to be eliminated with AI methods. So we are going to kill those time killers in the process of migration. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is a highly competitive product because
Yes, sir.
many people will come and oppose us. They may say this is going to really screw up the business for consulting partners.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We're
Right?
getting
So
it.
yeah, this is just
Yeah.
cloud analytics is only for a very small, but the vast is there. We are
Sir,
thinking
why
where
don't you take us some lectures type kind of thing about this cloud thing? As you are expert in that, simultaneously we are working on the Nebula, right? Like on Saturdays or else on weekend days, why don't you take on cloud
I can
basic?
do. See, the challenge is my availability, right? So I have so much of traveling and all, but definitely I'll spend good time with you guys. I want first you to get out of the basic level and be ready to say, okay, now I'm ready. Let's get into Nebula, right? So I need that level of confidence from you all saying, sir, we are ready. Let's go. Then I will definitely spend every day 1 hour with you, with all of you.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So and we
Thank you,
need
sir.
more participants for creating this internship center of excellency. And definitely you'll feel the difference from external to others to here. Of course, we are reaching out to the colleges, we are reaching out to many people, and you know, right, how it works there. So they say what you offer, how is it different from others. I'm tired of explaining, to be honest, to everyone. No one realize. I don't know if no one really get the importance of this. They considering this as generic training session. Okay, so that's becoming a bit challenging for me. You guys, it's up to you. If you really find it is a good, please get your friends or anyone, and they can also be a part of the growth roadmap.
I have already shared everything with my friends. So
Fantastic.
they are
I really
also
appreciate.
staying through it.
Like many
And
people from
I
are interested to join, sir. Like,
We
why don't
only
you
need
contact
some.
TPO, training and placement officer? That might be helpful for you.
We tried. So I spoke to almost 10. So I'm in London. They say, okay, you come and visit us. How is it possible?
No, sir. Like, he's a very good person, sir. Like, I am from Osmania University, basically. I'm telling in that way. Like, he's very polite man.
Maybe you arrange a session, then why don't we join together? We'll take care. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll be
Or else
talking to you, sir.
if I'm not available, then Anisha is there, Anuradha is there, either one of them can pick it up if
Sure,
I'm
sir.
not around, right? So end of the day, this is a completely different way I'm trying. So let us see how far this goes, but I'm confident we'll get out there. We'll get there.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And please feel free to ask more questions. This is a very good learning platform for you. It is just not basic training cloud. You'll get more and more deeper into the cloud. Trust me. Okay. So there are many more visions as where me and Anuradha always discuss how to get this done. So she's creating a workflow for the entire product. Thiru is their CTO. He is also working on it. So once you guys feel so confident, then every day we'll discuss one few who is doing what and who is if they need more details, if they're stuck or any more extra knowledge required on it, we provide it. And you guys are there to convert it to code. That's it.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the encouragement.
Cheer up, and really grew well.
Thank you.
And I'm really waiting to see like at least one of you will get benefited. I'm really waiting because I really want to make sure that everyone feel confident of this program. Forget about revenue and all. I just want everyone to be benefited. I really want only the people who are really seriously interested to do something in their life, to achieve something in their life. Forget about everything. They don't get demotivated saying this is not your cup of tea. Everyone will demotivate you, right? It's an arrogance world of nation. So leave everything. You just what you want to achieve in next 6 months. What you want to do.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I'm here.
Yeah, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
cool. Good luck, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
your
you.
words. Yeah.
Thank you,
No
sir. Thank you
worries.
so much.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
Srini.
Take care,
Thank
everyone.
you,
Have a
guys.
nice day.